Welcome to What the Tech. We're the show that cuts right through the hype to get you the tech news you can actually use. So picture this. You're swamped, you've got a ton of unread texts from your parents, so you just let your personal AI chat with them for you. Sound like science fiction? Well, it's not. It is happening right now in Silicon Valley, and today we're going to find out exactly why. You just heard from WtT. He's an 18-year-old software engineer, and that's him talking about how he dealt with a bunch of texts from his parents. Now, he didn't text them back himself. Nope. He did something way, way bolder. He literally put them in a group chat with his own personal AI agent and just let it take over the conversation. And look, this isn't just some weird one-off story. This is the very bleeding edge of a huge new trend. So today, we are breaking it all down for you. What exactly are these AI agents? What's it really like to live with one running 24/7? And maybe most importantly, what do you absolutely need to know before you even think about automating your own life? All right, let's dive right in. So what are we actually talking about when we say AI agent? You should probably get that image of a robot sitting at a desk right out of your head. This is something way more integrated into our daily lives. And the crazy part? It's now surprisingly easy to build one. So the simplest way to think about it is this. It's a piece of software that can take your commands and then actually do stuff on your behalf across all your different apps. The real game changer here are these new tools, like an open source project called OpenClaw. They've made it incredibly easy for developers to just spin these agents up, without having to code every single little thing from scratch. And the process? It's actually pretty straightforward. First, you build the agent using these new tools. Step 2, you connect it to all your apps. And then, and this is the part that's really revolutionary, you just command it. We're moving way beyond sitting at a laptop, typing in prompts. We're talking about people sending voice notes from the gym or just texting commands while they're on the go. The interaction becomes constant, totally seamless. Okay, so that's the what. Now let's get into the so what. What is this new reality actually like for the people who've gone all in on this? Because this isn't just another work tool. For some of these early adopters, it is becoming a complete way of life. And yeah, it comes with some pretty intense consequences. And there's Will Laverty again. See? Users like him are reporting this massive, almost unbelievable surge in efficiency. They've got agents scanning LinkedIn for sales leads, they've got him drafting messages, coding entire projects, managing their calendars, all at the same time. The productivity boost is so huge that it really, really quickly starts to feel indispensable. But there's always a flip side to this kind of constant productivity. A startup founder, Tejas Bhakta, he describes this feeling of angst, like a real, genuine anxiety when his agents aren't running. It creates this relentless pressure to just keep the laptops open, keep the agents working 24/7, just so you don't fall behind. So this brings us to a really direct trade-off, right? On one side, you've got this incredible productivity, but on the other, well, users are reporting some serious cognitive costs. One founder, a guy named Ashton Tang, he calls it TikTok for work and says it's just destroying his attention span. And get this, he actually got so self-conscious about constantly talking to his agent out loud in the office that he thought about buying a special microphone just so he could whisper his commands. Wow. And of course, all this constant activity, it's not free. It comes at a price. And I mean, literally, all that computing power costs real money. One developer watched his monthly bill for these AI tools jump from $20 to $200 a month after he ramped up his agents. And some folks, like Will Laverty, are spending so much they admit they've just stopped even checking the bills. For them, it's just a cost they're willing to pay to get this new level of efficiency. So it's pretty clear this technology is a serious double-edged sword. Hey, if you're getting some value out of this breakdown, it would be awesome if you hit that subscribe button for more deep dives from What the Tech. And I gotta ask you, after hearing all this, would you let an AI run parts of your life? Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. All right, so before anyone gets too excited and jumps on this trend, it is absolutely crucial to understand the risks. And we're talking about more than just a big bill or a shorter attention span. There are some really fundamental dangers here that you need to be aware of. Let's just break these risks down one by one. First, to make these agents useful at all, you basically have to hand over the keys to your entire digital kingdom. We're talking your email, your social media, maybe even your bank accounts. Then there's the whole reliability thing. Remember Will? One of his agents went totally rogue and just started randomly deleting his social media posts. Yikes. And then, of course, there's the big one. What does it even mean for our relationships when we start automating them? Okay, So, knowing all that, you might still be a little curious. And honestly, you probably should be. This technology is incredibly powerful. So, if you do want to experiment, there are definitely ways to do it more safely without opening yourself up to all those huge risks. So, here it is, your AI agent safety checklist. The big takeaways are pretty simple. Start small. Pick a really low stakes task. Grant the absolute minimum permissions you can, and that means absolutely no access to banking, period. Set a hard monthly budget and turn on billing alerts. And here's the golden rule. Always require human approval before that agent does anything public-facing or financial. The full checklist is right here, so feel free to pause and really take it in. And all of this brings us to the final and maybe the most crucial question of all. Look, these agents can clearly make us superhumanly productive. There's no doubt about that. But when an AI is the one chatting with your mom for you, you really have to ask, where do we draw the line? Where does automating our tasks stop and automating our very humanity begin? And that, well, that's a question we're all going to have to answer for ourselves. Thanks so much for watching.